Good evening. Welcome to Candid Connections Live podcast, where we dive into everything from life, love, and relationships. Real talk, no filters. I'm one of your hosts, Tiffany.
I'm your other host, Janelle Lene.
I'm your host, Gaynell Lachey.
And I'm C. Wade, giving you that male perspective.
But before we get started, we got to go over some rules. Number one, please no talking over others. Number two, please be respectful. And let's just put it out there. We are not a certified expert relationship. We just friends that like to talk about relationships. So let's get candid.
However, we do want to hear your perspective as well. So please comment in the chart. In the chat, and we may even bring you up to the live conversation.
Okay, y'all. So today's topic is when is it time to leave a relationship? Janelle, what are your thoughts about that? When do you feel like it's time to leave a relationship? Just let it go.
I feel like when it's time to let it go, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, when you stop caring, don't nothing matter no more, you get silent and your feelings aren't there, that's when it's time to go.
I totally agree with that. I was going to say the same thing. I think that men always talk about when women are nagging and nagging and nagging. When we stop nagging, we're done. So I believe that that's when it's time to just go, when the conversation is just over.
I think when it's time to leave a
I'm thinking about,
relationship,
even before you even really kind of deep dive into a relationship, you dating, I'm gonna kind of give you some game. When you dating her and you first see the signs of selfishness, you really have to stop it. And you have to give her what us men call the door test. You know, um, you have to give that woman you first dating the door test to kind of see if she's the one to even be in a relationship. Y'all ever heard of the door test? I know we've talked in previous conversations, but have you ever heard of the door test?
Not before that conversation, nope.
I said that, like, I remember my grandparents used to do that, but I didn't know it was like a door test. I thought that just was their thing.
Oh yeah. So the door test is real. All the real fellas know, and it's from the Bronx Tale. It's a scene from the Bronx Tale that talks about it. Gaynell, you got that clip? Can you run that clip?
yeah,
Because
hold on.
it'll
I'm
tell you
coming.
better than I can.
Sorry, y'all. Can y'all see the clip?
Not yet.
You can't see it. I can't see you now.
Not yet.
Okay, hold on.
Simply said, the door test is when you first dating a girl, and maybe you don't went out with her, and you got your car, and you what you do before you get in, you lock the doors.
Yes, sir, but
Here we go.
here's what you do. Tomorrow you borrow my car. You don't lend anybody your car. It's all right. I'm going to lend you my car. I want you to make a good impression. You borrow my car, and then you give it a test. What, the Mario test? Mario's a fucking psycho. What do you listen to this kid for? You give her my test. You give her the door test. What's the door test? All right, listen to me. You pull her right where she is, right? Before you get out of the car, you lock both doors. Then you get out of the car, you walk over to her. You bring her over to the car. You take out the key, put in the lock, open the door for her. Then you let her get in. Then you close the door for her. Then you walk around the back of the car and you look through the rear window. If she doesn't reach over, lift up that button for you so you can get in, dump her. Just like that? Listen to me, kid. If she doesn't reach over, lift up that button for you so you can get in. That means she's a selfish broad. And all you see is the tip of the iceberg. You dump her fast. Yeah, what about all the beautiful things you just told me, though? Do what my heart tells me to do. It's all that matters. Find someone to pull into myself. I mean, hey, this could be one of the great ones. Bullshit, kid. The door test, that's what counts. You dump her fast. Dump her? Dump.
My brother.
You dump her and you dump her fast. Don't even get into a relationship with her if she can't pass the door test. that shows that's the tip of the iceberg, and it's going to get worse from there.
Oh Lord. We're gonna have to come back to that one. Gaynell, what's your perspective? And then we got to circle back around to that.
I feel like when it's time to leave a relationship, if you've done exhausted everything that you can to fix their relationship, because we all know relationships have its ups and downs, and you're gonna go through your ups and downs. But if there comes a time in the relationship where things are not getting better, you done did everything you needed to do to fix the relationship, and you just don't have it no more, then it's time to go. Also, another thing is pray about it, because God will definitely move you if it's in God's will to move you. So that's
Very true. Very true. I also feel like you have to know when it's time to go in your own time. A lot of times when we tell friends and family, they're going to push you into leaving. But at the end of the day, they don't have the love goggles on, you do. And sometimes people got to get through it to get past it. So I think that we also need to give people time. You know, we're not the one in love. So we're always the one said, oh, he ain't right, let him go. Sometimes you just got to let your girl go through it and just be there. Just be a soft pillow when she falls.
I
Right, and
agree, because
everybody
everybody has their own time limit. So what's your time limit may not be your friend's time limit. And you never know. God may have her there sticking out for a reason. So, like, don't ever let your friends dictate your relationship as well. As far as like Tiffany said, they say you need to let them go. That's your time.
And I believe everybody had a breaking point.
Yep.
So there's some time when your breaking point is going to be there, and you're going to know it.
100%. Carl, what you think?
Well, you know, when you're in your relationship, you know, I got to kind of say you can get kidnapped in your relationship when you're supposed to, when you know you're supposed to leave. I think there are times when you know you're supposed to leave, but the relationship just kind of keeps going, and then you are basically kidnapped in that relationship.
Yep.
You know that this last thing broke the straw. Your standard wasn't met. The line was crossed, and you know that was the time to leave. But again, maybe it's that situation that you in, that familiarity, that kid situation, that financial situation that's holding you hostage in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Would
And
you
it,
basically say kidnap or content, or with that, or fear? Because sometimes our people are fearful of leaving because that's what they know
yep.
and that's what they're familiar with, and they don't want to get out that situation because they don't know what to expect once they don't want to be by themselves.
Right? It's the comfortability.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's the fear of the unknown. You don't want to start all
Right.
over. At least in this situation, I know what I'm getting. It may not be the best, but I know what I'm getting, type of thing. And then when
And
your
then,
head and your heart are in conflict with each other, like your mind is telling you, now you know you didn't had enough, but your heart keeps telling you to stay. That's like a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. The back and
and
forth.
again, we can talk about how do you know when it's time to leave, and everybody can say, okay, this is my standard and this is what I'm gonna do, and when it happens, you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna give it another chance.
Yep.
Well, that was your chance to leave, and that's when you said you were supposed to leave. But again, you're setting yourself up to kind of keep it going, and again, you do it again, and you do it again, and then
Mm-hmm.
you're trapped in that
Until
relationship.
you realize, I deserve more than this. I'm done
Right.
with this. I'm tired.
But you knew
And
that
you leave.
you knew that the first time.
3
You
years
did.
later.
Right. You did, but your heart wouldn't let you let go.
Right. That's the thing, is when your heart is still in it.
Sometimes it's gonna be your heart. Again, sometimes it'll be the situation.
True. Like last week when we talked about deal breakers, that can be one of
Depending
the
on the
situations.
length of time and what you've been through with that person.
I also think too, you have to have when you're really going through with somebody, you have to have positive people around you.
Yeah.
The worst people to have around you, I feel like, is when you are being vulnerable and you're opening up to somebody and they're like, oh, that wouldn't be me. You know, those type of
Yeah,
people. Couldn't be me until it is. Or,
Exactly.
you know,
because usually it is.
or I
Because you
wouldn't let
never,
nobody do me that way. And that don't feel good either. It's like, that's not helping.
no, because you never know
And
what
you have to
situation you're
know
gonna be in.
exactly what you're getting into. You know, the door test is basically figuring out what you're getting into. If she is selfish, if he is selfish, and you see that at the first sign, at the very first sign, then you know it's more to come. And again, it's literally the tip of the iceberg, because that's how they're portraying themselves at the beginning of the relationship. That's how they're going to be.
But that's where it's different between men and women. Like you see the first sign. I don't know why women do this. I have been guilty of it. You see that maybe this person is selfish in the beginning, but for whatever reason, we think, oh, I can fix that.
Oh, that was just for that moment.
Yeah. Oh, it'll get better. He apologized.
Right. And you just go back and forth and back and
Oof.
forth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all feel like it's easier for women to walk away or easier for men to walk away?
Men.
Men, definitely men.
I agree.
Carl, what you think?
Okay.
Is it easier for men or women to walk away?
I think it's way easier for women to walk away because they are not vested into it. You know,
What?
men come in giving their all, giving their everything. Women come in conditional.
I
Women
have
coming in trying to see what they can get out of the deal before they can get into the relationship.
and men ain't thinking the same way because men coming in thinking about access, so they thinking about what they can get into the deal too.
Well, after they get the access and they decide they want to be in a relationship, and they say, "Hey, this is the one. She's giving me more. I want to do more." Then he's going to give his all. He's going to forget everything that's going on and going to be focused on a relationship. Women are going to be in there and be conditional and say, "Okay, he's got it going on, but as soon as he fall off or as soon as he do this, I'm moving on." They are
I'm gonna have
they are quicker to move on than men because men are
I'm,
all in.
I'm gonna have to
No.
disagree
No,
with you on one
I
thing.
Yes.
never.
Yeah.
So
I feel
9
like
times out of 10, the man will move on to another relationship or situationship, and the woman, most of the time, we take the time to be by ourselves.
I'm having some
Well,
technical difficulty because I cannot hear Gaynell at all,
Can y'all hear
what,
me?
yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
or
Well,
can
what
I
she
see
said
her?
was, what Gaynell said was, um, women take the time to be by ourselves. Where men, if it all falls apart, they could just go on to the next person. And also, what I want to add though is going back to the access. Men can get the access, and it means nothing. A lot of times for women, because we are emotional creatures, once we step or walk over that line, then we feel like it's more of an emotional bond.
hmm
It's not just, I don't know, we can't just walk away from that. I don't normally, I can't.
and because we are more emotionally connected than men are, so
Yes.
we're all about emotion. So it's definitely way harder for us to leave than men because we're
Yeah.
vested too. I feel like we're more vested in per se than men are because we have the emotional attachment.
Yes, Gay Nail.
When men get that access and they see that she's not going to meet that standard, then she's stuck in that zone where she's not going to be in that full relationship mode
But what you
because
don't
he
understand is
sees it not going anywhere.
but what you don't understand is why she's given that access and you're feeling like, oh, well, she's gonna stay in that zone and not going to the next level. Anytime a woman, you're constantly getting the access, she's falling deeper and deeper for you.
Right. And then you continue
And
to
that may
pull on
be,
her.
but that for men, uh, she's already showed how she is, and that's what she showed, and that's what we're focused on. So it can only go so far.
But
Well,
that's
but
vice versa for the men too. The men showing the women what they are too. So it's just I feel like it's the emotional attachment that women have more than
yep,
men.
100%.
I believe that women are definitely more emotional.
Yeah, because y'all men, y'all will woo a woman and do
Yes.
all the things, but don't want to be with that woman. But then y'all be clueless as to why she got feelings for you.
Which is why it's so crazy to be in a relationship and then try to have like somebody on the side, because eventually the side chick is going to
Right.
fall in love. And
Exactly.
eventually her emotions is going to overcome. And that's where you get the side chick calling the wife and all this kind of stuff, because now she's just in love. But you did that. You at first it could have started out and we both agreed we just gonna be the sneaky link, but eventually she's gonna fall in love.
Exactly. We have a comment. AB
And
said
here's the thing
women.
again: if you're in a true relationship, you know, and y'all wanted to work, you putting God first, you making sure there ain't no sneaky links, that you are trying to make this relationship work. And again, you have to have that foundation first to even want to be in that relationship to make it work. If you
That's
got
it.
other things going on, then it's never going to work.
That's in a perfect scenario.
Right. We got a comment. It's AB says
In a
women
perfect
date with
scenario,
the idea of
and
I
you want
can
a perfect
change him.
relationship,
Can Carl
you
hear
got to
me?
put God first.
I don't think Carl can hear you.
I cannot.
Oh, well, we have a comment. It says women date with the idea of I can change him. Men date thinking I hope she don't change. Men love
Oh.
truer, more genuine than women.
100%. That's it right there. That's it. Absolutely.
But would you agree that it's easier for a man to walk away than it's easier for a woman?
I feel like it is easier for men to walk away, and maybe
I
they
do
don't want
too.
to admit their feelings or whatever, but men tend to walk
Be
away, like
gone.
Gay Nail said,
Mm.
just go on to the next person.
Right.
And women can't do that. And once we're, like you said, emotionally attached, it's hard to just go on to the next person.
Act right.
Act right.
Then act right.
What
What
about
about y'all?
y'all?
Act right. That goes both ways.
Oh,
If we in a
Every-
relationship and we want to be in that relationship and we try to make things work, most of the time it's y'all doing a little bit too much.
Like what?
And we want to leave, but we stay.
Gay Nail, just say like what? Can you hear Gay Nail now?
I can hear it,
Oh.
I can see her, so
Ah.
I'm ready.
Okay, give examples of like what? Like how we do too much.
Y'all breathing extra is doing too much, first of all. Okay.
He has no answer.
Everything y'all do is too much. You know,
What?
Is it too much or y'all just do too little?
Uh-oh.
and see, and that's what it is. We do everything and y'all think it's too little.
Not the right woman.
Women get all the compliments in the world, you know, get all the praises for doing this, and men get what I heard, the big piece of chicken sometimes.
What is happening right now?
We have a comment. She said, I think it's hard for both men and women to walk away if they are invested.
Right.
And-
Love make you do crazy things.
Right. Antoine also said we stay longer than we should most times.
When he says we, does he mean
Who's
we
men
as
or women?
humans?
Men,
Yeah, or
I guess. Or you mean we as humans?
Really? He thinks men stay long? Like, really?
I'm baffled with
He
that.
also said it's easier to walk away if he has values.
You might need to bring Antoine up whenever he feel like it. Because I always felt like men, and I'll say
They can
Carl is a prime example of, she ain't the one. I'll keep her here in this on this level, but I'm gonna keep moving.
Right. You're gonna have her, and her.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying me personally. I'm just again talking from the male perspective, and just how women is out there looking, and they say they want this, and the men is looking for it as well, but then you don't want to do the stuff that they want them to do. So it's like, okay, you gave them access. We can only go so far. So that man is still looking for that right woman. And again, there is always one woman for every man. There is one woman that a man can go into a room and it could be 100 women in there, and that woman lights up, and he will do right by her. He just got to find the one. And if you're pursuing that man, then you can be that right woman for him by doing what you need to do. And sometimes women don't do what they need to do. I'm just saying, I'm speaking from the male perspective. That's all.
When you say women don't do what they need to do, elaborate.
Right.
I mean, we talked about it before, especially at this age. We've been through relationships. A lot of women are on guard. A lot of women have been through some things to make them more masculine. They've been through trauma. They've been through bad relationships. So when they getting with that next man, they're on defense and they already got their guards up. So it's like for that man, he's battling something that he didn't do, and he's trying, and he may be the one, but you're not even giving him an opportunity because you've got your defenses up.
But eventually the guard's going to come down if he shows me that I'm safe.
Exactly. And we need that.
Key word is eventually. If you're going into a relationship looking for safe, then you
it's
need
not
to
necessarily looking for safe, it's feeling safe. You can't
that's
go in a
that's what you're going into a relationship for. For him to provide security, safety, to do all that for you. And if you're doing that for yourself, then you've already taken that from him, and you're not as nurturing, you're not as submissive, you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Ain't that where patience come in for both parts? Like, everybody been through something. I feel like that's where patience come in. If you really are pursuing this person and you feel like this is who your person is, that's where patience come in.
And understanding that you may be a good guy, but the person before you that got her that way is the reason she's that way. So that's where patience comes in. Let me tell my husband to stop tripping.
So exactly, men done been through trauma as well as women. However, it makes men stronger. They're already masculine, so it just kind of gives them more masculinity to overcome whatever they've been through. So they're looking for that woman who is going to be submissive. They are looking at that woman who's going to be nurturing and not take over his masculinity.
That woman can still be that. But so say for instance, for me example, I've been single for a long time. If I meet a man and he coming over, it's going to be a minute before I'm able to hand him over that full role because I've been so used to doing it by myself. Now, but trust me, I'm not saying I want to be independent all the time, but it's going to be taken something to get used to because I've been doing it for so long.
Well, if you're in a relationship, you're not supposed to be independent. A relationship is supposed to be dependent, on them. And if you're going in thinking you're independent, then the whole mind frame of the relationship is not even going to work.
So you're supposed to just go into the relationship just giving and, well, not necessarily giving, but being dependent?
That's the ideal relationship. If you're going in thinking you're independent, then you're not going into a relationship. You by yourself. You're supposed to, as a woman, go in as being dependent because that's your man. He gonna provide everything you need for him. And if that's what you're looking for, and you did all your checks, you did your door test, you saw that he's the one. Why wouldn't you let your guards down and be dependent on somebody who's
Yeah, that's what we're
It
saying.
gets to the point
gets
where
to the
you know
point.
he's the one. It gets to that point. It's just not gonna be there automatically when you know starting. That's the work stuff we're saying is get to that point. Then that's when you know just the one, you be dependent and so on, like you said.
I think people start a relationship before they start the relationship. So you have to figure that person out before you start the relationship. Nowadays, people just get in a relationship and we figure it out as we go. That the access is usually given pretty quickly, and that's how relationships go nowadays. And unfortunately, it doesn't end, and it should end. You ask, the topic is when should you end? At the start.
At the start. What do you mean? You say you should end it at the start.
If you're
Once
looking
you
for a
see
true
those
relationship, you can date, you can look, you can have flings, but again, if you're looking for to find that mate, to find somebody to be dependent with, to be your provider, to grow with, and that's what you're looking for, then you have to set standards and do these things, unless your goal is something else.
You say I'm confused. I'm confused with what you did. You got to do what now? You said set standards, but standards are already set as you going into a relationship.
Right.
Exactly. You're supposed to.
So, okay, as your standards are set, you go to a relationship. So, what you're saying is, you know what your standards are before that relationship even progress. If your standards not there, then you should leave, right?
Exactly. Again, we get caught up in preferences and not standards. You know, does she look good? Do he look good? Versus is he consistent? Is she loyal? And once we start focus on our preferences, you know, we put our standards on the back end, and our relationship is based off a person who look good but ain't consistent, a person who's very attractive but ain't loyal. So that's how our relationship is.
Right. Some people put the superficial stuff before what the standards are.
And then they're in a relationship trying to figure out, when should we end it? We should have ended it at the beginning, a long time ago.
I put the link in the chat if anybody want to come up and give y'all thoughts. I'll put the link in the chat if somebody want to come up. So Cara said, you ain't doing the door test, then that's bye. First day, huh?
You're right. You know, again, we are not relationship experts. We are just a bunch of friends who like to get around and talk. We've been through some things and experience, and we like to share our thoughts with the world. We do advise that if you are in a relationship, to get therapy. Therapy always helps, and get that that true expert advice.
Hey, Antoine.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
So, what's your perspective? Did you say men, it's easier for men to walk away?
Uh, there's a lot of things I heard. So yes, it's not easier for men. It's actually tougher for us to leave because I'm trying to get my sound right. Sorry. It's tougher for us to leave when we really love. We love true, like we love genuinely true. Women love, but guys like really love. So let's say in a relationship, uh, a good example would be if you get into an argument, a guy and a girl get into an argument. Um, we've all seen it. It'll be a woman, let's say she's 5 foot, 130 pounds. She'll be in the guy's face, like arguing, screaming, and the guy will hurt her. Now, uh, you guys, ladies argue verbally. That's your strength. Guys are stronger physically, but we live in power of respect. So what I'm not going to do, disrespect Carl, because I realize that it's a really good chance it's going to become physical. I don't care if I'm 6'7" and Carl square foot. If you push him hard enough as a guy, he's not going to, his retaliation is going to be physical. You guys need to worry about physical. You guys with your mouth. And the way that we know that we love you more is that we can end the argument immediately, physically. So when you're in the guy's face, 5 minutes, you ain't gonna do nothing. The fact that he don't put hands on you means that he really loves her, and he don't want to go to jail for 6 months. But that's one of the many things guys do is show like we can make every argument. So when a woman wins an argument, she's like, "Oh, I got him." You don't realize restraint was required for him not to end the argument his way that he's good at. We fight you guys when you guys platform, and you guys are stronger verbally. Physically, we're stronger. So it's equivalent to you guys remember Mayweather fighting McGregor. McGregor called Mayweather in Mayweather's area where he was strongest. He had no chance to win because that's where Mayweather is the best. So when it comes to arguing with you guys, we can guys. But when it comes to physically, you guys can't match us. So when we argue with you in your realm, knowing that we stand a great chance of losing, that's another sign of restraint and the fact that we love you guys. Because we
Okay.
can't really argue with you.
So, say for instance, we're arguing, and I'm not all in your face and all this. That does not mean that I don't care for you more or love you more.
It
So if
does.
I'm all in your face, so if I'm not all in your face, and then so this man and he still don't argue, that means he still love me more, or I want
Well,
more to walk away.
what about this? You guys have all been to church. I can't remember the quote Bible, but it's like no truer love has been shown than to lay down his life for his friend. Right? How many of you guys have been in love and was ever willing to lay down your life for your man?
You ever do? Well, I can't hardly hear.
I said, how many of you guys have ever been in love and was willing to lay down your life for that person that you said you love? You do it for kids.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it for you guys. No hesitation and our kids.
But nobody does for us.
Yeah, we know.
We get the big piece of chicken sometimes.
So another thing is, you guys have all seen it. I'll drive past and I'll see a car with a busted windshield. I always tell myself that's an ex-girlfriend.
Oh wow.
You don't do that. One of my friends better not ever bust his girl's windows in or cut her tires. We can be mad and want to hurt you guys, and we still won't go there. We'll just leave.
Men do bust windows.
Yeah, see, I've never done none of that toxic stuff. I don't feel
Yeah.
like I'm toxic. And
No.
like when you say arguing like all in your face, me, I'm not that type. I'm more calm because I don't like to argue no way. But I don't raise my voice either. And I just feel like some of that is just toxic
Yeah.
to me. Like
Yeah. So what about So the cars, like we just won't do that. If we mad, we ain't bleaching your clothes. We're just gonna leave. Like your
I
pain is gonna be me not being in your life anymore. I'm not gonna hurt you.
But is that
I
really just showing that it's harder for men to walk away just by that perspective?
What's that?
Is that just so you said that's
right
Yeah.
here.
how men show that that it's harder for them to walk away by that perspective.
My God.
Well, we have to always maintain restraint. It's no different than when cops come around. You can be mad. Now, let's say our bosses. The same restraint we hold with you guys, we hold with our bosses. You guys will respect those bosses and keep your attitude in check, but you can't with your man. Not you guys, because it's always present company excluded, but that's what usually happens. Like
You guys, women,
yeah, people who are disrespectful with their bosses, I mean with their man than with their boss. They'll have less restraint when it comes to their man compared to their boss. Because you
That's
guys
true.
get mad at your boss and you'll come home and just kick your dog. And your boss don't even know that you're mad. We say something, and Carl brought up earlier, breathing. We say something, you know, like, now we know in that office setting, if the boss said you got to stay late today, even if you do breathe like that, you ain't going to do it till he's gone.
If somebody got something in their
Some
background,
type of background
Yeah.
noise.
I'm getting echo. Maybe I change something.
is somebody YouTube on?
Not mine.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't hear it no more.
It's yeah.
It must have been me. Okay. Yeah, so that's why I think guys love truer. Like women love. Now we play a lot of games, but women play a lot of games. But if a guy truly loves and a woman truly loves, that guy is ready to show that with even giving up his life. And that's not a movie. He's not getting back. It's not a temporary thing. Like, we understand that's permanent, and we'll do it with no hesitation. You guys will do that for your kids, which is fair, but not for your man.
Can I say that I have seen where men have busted windows out? Jealous men will do the same thing.
But we
I've
don't.
never had that happen to me. I'm the type of person, I'm not going to touch your stuff, so don't touch mine.
Right.
But I have
Right.
seen jealous men do the same thing.
Yeah.
now that's, you know, that's rare and few. And, you know, a man who done earned some stuff ain't gonna do that to nobody. So they got issues with his own self doing that.
It also comes with the emotional stability of somebody too, because men
Right,
and women
right.
don't have the emotions. Some people crash out, some people don't. So it also depends on the emotional stability of that person.
And half the time they crashing out doing stuff like that is when the woman is what? Leaving or trying to leave.
But why is a woman
And
leaving?
they done got fed up. So now he want to crash out and do crazy stuff like that.
Ooh.
So why is that? Why is it that when the woman finally decides to leave, then y'all crash out when y'all had all this opportunity to do
Because
right
he
in the first
didn't
place?
think she would
You
leave.
don't
That's the
leave.
thing. He didn't think she would leave.
So now your feelings
Antoine?
hurt.
Right.
Men think y'all ain't supposed to leave. We
We
in
supposed
this
to tolerate
relationship.
all y'all BS, huh?
You supposed to tolerate it until we realize that y'all ain't gonna tolerate it.
And
And
it's
that's
too
too late
late.
then.
Y'all have all this time and opportunity to get it right. Now she done told you multiple times.
In different
So
ways.
y'all had fair warning. But then the time that she done, she fed up. Now y'all want to, oh baby, I'm
I'ma give
sorry,
you-
all this.
I'm going to give you an example in real time about communication. I said, look at the directions before you install an alarm. Look at the directions. I don't need to look at the directions. So you install the alarm and then you try to turn it off. But by turning it off, you call the fire department. So I got to come, but I'm going to stick beside him. But I got to come sit in the car and finish my podcast so that you can deal with the fire department helping you install the alarm.
Because they don't listen.
Communication is everything.
Everything.
So, Antoine, I got a question for you. When do you know when it's time to leave?
Did you say me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for me, and I got this echo. I'll figure it out about next time. But
Probably next time use headphones with you.
okay, I'll try that. When you just get frustrated, like when you start becoming somebody that you're not. So I'm usually pretty mild mannered. So if I start getting angry easily or triggered easily, I realize that person's taking me off my square, and it's just best to leave that situation. So I don't get angry quick. But I've had it happen, and I was like, man, I'm getting short. I'm getting agitated. I just need to leave that situation. Like I just try not to stay around. It's just going to get worse before it gets better.
That's understandable. Because that means you don't want nobody who's bringing you out your character.
Yeah.
And some people just need to be toxic. Like they don't know how to not be toxic.
Right.
I mean, I've even like listened to other women where they talk about almost like it's cute to be toxic.
Right. Some people just thrive in chaos, which.
So that's one of those situations where when you see that, where like Carl says right in the beginning, it may not be the lock test or whatever, but a toxic test where any little bitty thing makes somebody crash out.
And again, it's watch seeing those little bitty, tendencies that they're doing at the start. It's only going to get bigger.
However, because we are emotional creatures, I'm going back to we always think we can fix somebody.
That be the problem.
That's our problem. We can tell you our problem.
I'm over that now.
Exactly.
and that's why I think you have to be 100% okay with being single before you can even go into a relationship. Because you're worried about all this stuff. But if you worry about yourself first, you focus on God, and you okay with being single, then it's going to come, and your standards going to come automatically. That person's going to come. You're not going to put up with that nonsense because, hey, I'm okay with being by myself, and I'm not going to let you ruin what I got going on with your foolishness.
Yeah, I agree. Your singleness, you definitely have to learn how to be single and be by yourself, and that's when you learn yourself. You learn what you value, you learn what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate, because you already been through that.
And you know them red flags at the beginning.
And then you done had your peace, so you don't want nobody to come disturb your peace.
And make sure you're setting strong enough boundaries, because you may believe you're single, but it may be somebody else out there that don't think you're single. So then you try to go into another relationship and you got this person over here where you definitely in your mind it's been done, but the boundaries weren't set. So you have this person that's still calling, still coming around, still being toxic, whatever the case may be. So you just got to make sure that you have strong enough boundaries where everybody knows you're single.
Right.
I agree. You guys said something earlier. I was trying to take notes. Missed it. But there was something I really want to talk about earlier. Somebody said it, but I have to rewatch it later.
Okay. Well, is that all you got for us today, Antoine?
No, I always have more.
So I have a question. So you know how we said that women tend to like want to fix men. Do men ever tend to want to fix women?
Mm-mm. No, we get with you because we really don't want you to change. You find somebody that's been married for 20, 30 years, and you ask them how everything, ask the guy, ask the lady, and I know a guy, and he was like, uh, everything was great up until he was like, everything's great until you say I do. And then you see the real hurt. But we're all guilty of it. Like men and women are guilty of it. So the example I use is, let's say it's like a tree. And if you're going up that tree, relationship, the guy is with the girl, and before they get intimate, if she really likes him, and he's saying, of course, the right things, before we might not say it, but you've heard somebody say the term "will you still respect in the morning," right? You've heard that because they're about to go there, and he said all these things, and she, of course, likes what she's hearing, but she's not sure if what he's saying is true. But when do you guys find out? In the morning, whether he calls back or not. If you don't call back, you realize he made game. If you do call back, then you realize it was true. For us in a relationship, if we're going up that tree, guys in general, these days at least, we get our branch first, which is the intimacy part. Now we go up that tree, what you guys won't come into play, and that's marriage. Now, guys, the problem is Britain's not always cognizant of that. So we will be married and we're all thinking the same thing. Man, my girl is good. She cooks, she makes my plate, whatever that could be. And I hope she don't change. Meanwhile, she's like, well, when I get this ring, I'm so tired of ironing. I'm so tired of it. So he gets married. He says, I do. And you find somebody who's been married. And they're all going to say the same thing. You say, what was sex like before you got married? Oh, man, she was coming with a ceiling fan and all this other stuff. And what happened when you're married? Crickets. Now you got to crash out or whatever. So it's the same thing. She's asking beforehand, we get our branch, are you going to change after you get what you want? And you find out quickly. If the guy leaves, then he ran game. If he stays, he's there. You guys, on the hand, getting married, we don't think to ask that, are you going to change after marriage? So that's one of the reasons guys don't want to get married, because the person that we divorce is usually not the person that we married.
We
You
have a
don't want
comment.
nobody to change. Okay, I have a
What's that?
question. So you said y'all don't expect the woman to change, right?
Yeah. We hope
So like the comment that we have right here, it says the woman you married at 21 years of age is not the same at 41 years of age. And I'm thinking of the same thing because I feel like you evolve and change as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
like what
the
you
only
may
thing
not
that
like now, what you might have liked then, what you may have not like then, what you may have liked then, you might not like now. So I think there's gonna
right.
always be a change. Like even with personal stuff, like whatever it is, something's gonna change within that amount of time.
Okay.
Change with each individual or with yourself, because the change is supposed to go as in a relationship together. You're supposed to grow and change together. Now, if you're changing individually and you got your own perspective, then again you're not focused on the relationship, then you focus on yourself.
I disagree because you can change as a person.
Listen,
You change individually on your own, but if you're in a
Right.
relationship, you're gonna change. You're gonna change for yourself, and you're gonna change for this relationship. But for the relationship, is both of y'all. But every person grows differently as they mature.
So when you talk about changing individually, what I mean,
Like
as
the
far
things
as
you did is
doing the stuff that are you talking about changing up on what the man liked at first, or are you talking?
no. I'm talking about growing,
Okay.
being more mature. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't think changing as if she was cooking with you before you got married, I'm sure she's gonna cook after you got married.
Not if she did it
And
to
you
trap
guys,
me.
well,
Oh, well, you're saying she went in with intentions to not to be, or sometimes we go in, everybody does that. You go in and you have your representative, and then you have yourself, your
But
true
your
self.
That's what I'm talking about. The change up. That's what I'm thinking you're talking about. The change up.
But your representative is only there for so long, so you had the
Right.
red flags before
Right.
you got married.
Exactly.
I'm sure she wasn't cooking the whole time before you got married.
Right.
Women can pretend a lot longer.
Here's what I think. I think that we guys, if we're going for our branch, we get to show our true selves sooner. Because once we get our goal, then the real us shows up. But there's people out there that, let's say a woman really, really wants to get married. Just like a person wanting a job promotion or whatever, you'll stay late, get there early until you get that promotion, if that's not in you. So if she's still been doing whatever beforehand and it's in her, nothing changes. The problem is you guys are forced to have your representative present longer because to get your goal, quote unquote, marriage, is longer to get. If you showed your true self sooner, then nobody would get married, unless that was just truly who you are. So everybody sees somebody's representative. It's just guys can do themselves quicker because we'll take you out to nice restaurants, we'll do all this other stuff. But once we get our goal, the real him shows up. And the same for you guys, because you have to put up that front longer because we're not marrying in a month or two or four, So you'll still see her representative to some degree, like everybody does. But we're also, by the time we get married, because we don't want to get married, because there's no advantage to us to get married. By the time we get married, it's like, man, I hope this woman does not change. And you'll hear women say, oh yeah, he does that now, girl, but I can change him. Meanwhile, guys, man, this girl I got now, man, she just is this. Man, that's where it's at. And then 6 months, a year or two later, things change.
Well, I'm thinking to myself, if she breaking it for a year, then that's a habit.
Well,
Okay, I have a question. I just had an aha moment, so I have a question. Because as women get older, we do change a lot of things. Yeah, we may in the beginning, when you're younger, yeah, you cook more because there's kids in the house and things like that. So as the kids grow up and get older, then you're not cooking as much. Just being honest, when we're younger, we're a little bit more sexually active. We can do a whole lot more in our 20s than we can our 40s. So do you think that's why a lot of times men will leave their wife and go for the younger girl because she's still able to do those things?
No, we don't leave for that. We don't leave for that reason. Like younger women, honestly, they just have more perks than the older women do. I'm 50. And so if I dated, let's say, somebody 30 years old, you have women saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's dating somebody that age. But what I see when I see a 30-year-old is less breakups, less baggage, less trauma, less kids, if any. And then let's go with the physical attributes. Gravity hits and kicked in. Like a lot of things work out for being with a 30-year-old. And also, but another thing is the experiences. Like we as men, we love to be the one to do the first. So chick that like, I've been traveling, I've been to Paris, whatever. If I want to go to Paris and I'm dating somebody that's been to Paris, we ain't going to Paris. Because what you're not going to do is get over there and be like, we ain't going to stay in this hotel because I stayed there before. I want to be the first one to be like, oh, dang, you took me here.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
can it be control?
What's that?
Yes.
Can this be a thing about control?
No, nothing with control. We want women that honestly that we can train. That's what we want. That's why your company will not hire a 60-year-old, 65-year-old. Because those people are like, man, my old job, we used to do this. We get a young woman. She knows what we show her that we like.
So basically,
what's that?
Basically, y'all want the young men so they can build your ego.
Yeah, what is she saying? Like she is going in the comments. Right. Like, can you read her comments?
I can't even see the comments. Hold on.
I've told them this, and yet they still want to fight. So I'm just like, AB, let them know, because it's reality.
Men are ego driven. I'll be the first to say it. We're ego driven.
That's
But you
Okay.
know who get married? The women that know how to feed a man's ego. So when you got a woman like, I ain't doing this, he can do it, he can get his own plate. There's somebody out there that will get his plate if that's what a must have for him. You just feed his ego. We're easy. We're super easy. So and when we see, let's say white girls, everybody will say white girls are getting black eyes, whatever. White girls are taught early, go to college, get married, get you a man, cater to that man. So if they want a football player, white girls hanging outside the football practice, hoping to get those. Some of us will be like, I ain't chasing, I ain't competing. And the truth is, a lot of people nowadays hate the word compete, but that's exactly what you have to do. Because,
So you feel like women should compete for men?
oh my gosh, yes, yes.
Really?
Here's why. Here's why. You can check Google. You ask Google how many black men are there in America? Because let's assume everybody wants black. How many black men are there in America? And then you ask how many white black women are there in America. There's roughly 2 million more black women than there are black men, which means that if you take every man and pair him up with a woman, that means the gay guy, the straight guy, guy that's in jail, you pair us up with a woman, every one, there's 2 million women left over. You guys understand supply and demand. There's way more women than there are men. Now, I will say this: there's a lot of good women in the world. There's way more good women in the world than there are good men. You guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
Therefore, that means if it's this many good women, there's only this many good men. Supply and demand says we won't be able to get every one of you guys. Every one of you guys don't get one. Everybody at the door don't get the door prize. It's only so many door prizes. So when you look at it like that, remember we said the straight guy, the gay guy, which he don't want to date y'all. The guy that's in jail, y'all don't want to date him. So that means that the number, we got Kansas City, what is it, like 9-1 women to men? Atlanta's 20-1. 20 women to one man. You have to compete. And so when you hear women say, I'm waiting on God to be my man, God didn't make enough men for all these women. So it's gonna be a lot of 2 million women unhappy.
Did you say the last time we talked, you said you have a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're okay with your daughter competing with another lady girl for a man?
Uh,
Really?
okay, so here's my thought. Would you agree that this is a whole nother discussion, but you don't have to agree. I'll make a statement that between men and women, men are the prize. And here's why. We can't,
What?
there's men, between men and women, men are the prize. I ain't saying women don't have value, but men are the prize. Here's why. First off, just
Now, Antoine.
Right.
we just said,
I don't want to hear this.
Oh Lord.
we just said there's way more good women than there are good men. We agree?
Agree.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
agree.
So if we go outside right now and I grab up a cup of dirt and I grab up a cup of gold, which one's more valuable? The gold.
Go.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because gold is a precious, rare metal. It ain't that
So is
you. I
that
think with a
woman.
cup, huh?
So is that woman.
Okay, but I'm gonna get to that. So if you got a cup of gold and a cup of dirt, I ain't saying the dirt don't have value, but it ain't like that gold, and it ain't that much of it, which is why diamonds, platinum, gold is so expensive because everybody don't have it. So if you have gold, you paid a lot of money for it because there's not a lot of it. So with that being said, again, we all agree that there's way more good women than there are good men. Let's say there's only X amount of good men and there's a lot of good women. How are you guys gonna get that good guy? Just stand there? Because here's the problem. Here's the thing that's hurting our women, in my opinion. Not you guys, right? But our women give black men the hardest time, right? But we're the only ones that are checking for black women. But being a black man, every race wants us. And I've been to the Philippines and other places. Every race wants us. So the ones that we want, because we was all trained to want black women, we catch the most flack from men. We're scrubs, we're brokers, whatever. Meanwhile, Mexican, Asian, Indian, African, and black and white all want us. So we have all these people to choose from.
Oh my God.
Kind of want us. A lot of guys are swapping over, but we catch the most flack from here. So we're like, why chase this when all of them want us? So again, we have the whole world. Guys over in white, all these other races, we have all these options. And still, because nobody else is honestly not in mass numbers checking for black women, we're the only ones that are trying to marry. I mean, we're the only ones consistently trying to marry black women, but we catch the most flack from black women.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Well, we are going to have a topic of interracial relationships, so this is
I'll
a
say
good
this
introduction
later.
to that. But I will say really quick that, but don't you think the natural order is that the woman is the prize? When you look at like in the wild, or my grandma always used to say this: the sperm chases the egg, not the other way around. And when you have like any other animal, whatever that's in heat, that's a woman, the males come to her. So when is it that the men now have became the prize?
Now he just explained to you logically. He just explained to
order,
you.
I'm saying
very
the natural
logically.
order. You listen to me. Wait a minute. The natural order of life. Is the female is the prize. That you see in most animal kingdoms, the males will fight to death for the woman. Again, the sperm chases the egg, not the other way around. Now, I don't know about all this racial stuff, but women are the prize.
So I feel
agree.
like, how come we both can't be the prize? I feel like if a woman has a good man, then he's the prize. The man has a good woman, the woman is the prize. Yes, there's multiple good women out here, but it's also that one that y'all, can't get enough of. So, or that y'all fumble over, or the one that no one ever is going to compare to her.
Are we on the same show, Candid Connections? I just want to make sure. This is Candid Connections, where we go live, where we talk about relationships and we explain things.
Carl been quiet too long.
Because he just sat here and explained it to you very logically why men are the prize, and yet
said
you want to turn it and don't want to listen. So
pretty much said that men are the prize because everyone wants the black man, blah blah blah. I feel like women,
blah blah blah. Is that what you heard? and this is why we leave relationships at the tip of the iceberg, because if they don't get it at first, you better run.
Well, I'm gonna agree to disagree. I feel like the woman is.
I am too. The woman is the
prize.
prize.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
dump her and dump her fast.
If that's true, and we know about supply and demand, that which is in low supply has high demand. Bread during COVID. Bread ain't worth $12 a loaf, but during COVID it was, because there wasn't that much of it. Again, bread. People that want bread. Men, women.
The woman is the prize because the man always wants the woman.
We want. Let me say that different. We do want the woman. If you look at most dogs that get hit crossing the street, most of them are male dogs. Why? Because they expel a woman they heat. That's it. It's the sexual drive.
And you're chasing her. You're chasing her because she's the prize.
But
and women can do the one thing women can do that men cannot do is give birth to more men, which makes women the prize. You wouldn't be here none of us would be here without a woman.
Okay.
See,
that
don't
makes
let me
women the prize.
Don't let me. So we didn't talk about this before about if you're the prize. Let's just talk about y'all inboxes. A man can shoot as many DMs to your inbox to various women, right? And you ladies probably gotten an inbox or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some you didn't open, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And one you probably chose to open and talk to. That guy was probably shooting this shot to about 100 other women, and he shot a shot to you, and you chose him. He's the prize.
No, we're the prize. He just got happy because somebody replied.
So
He went through
You
millions
saw,
of women.
that you denied 99 men to choose that one guy who you felt was attractive, was had a good profile or whatever. You chose him because you thought he was the prize. You thought he was better than all them 99 men who tried to holler at you.
mhm.
And
We
he
as
chose,
men, y'all don't be in inboxes searching.
So what about
yes.
this? What about, and I'm gonna piggyback off what Carl said. So we got 10 guys in a row. The first one makes 10,000, next one makes 20, blah, 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 up to 100,000. You guys can come in there and choose any, not you guys. A random lady gets to pick anyone she wants. Which one she probably picking? If everything's even, personalities, looks, everything's even, who is she probably picking? I'll answer for you. The one that makes $100,000, right? Now, it's, what is the percentage? It's like 10% of guys make their money. So you're looking at the top 10% of men. Meanwhile, and you guys is this long for what you want in a guy. Guys just want peace, respect, be fit, friendly, cooperative. Our list is minimal. So it's a lot of women that fits on our list. She ain't gotta be super cute. We could just close our eyes and pick somebody at the mall. But if the mall is full and we pick the guy you want, you guys might pick one. It'd be a guy that with money, but he don't look right. He ain't got the right height. He ain't got this. He ain't got this. When you finally choose that guy, he's rare. Now I can go to Oak Park Mall and find easily 100 women I find attractive. I ain't saying I'm a mall, but I would find attractive. You guys go in there, if you know all the financial background of those guys, and that with his looks and height and everything else, you guys might find too. It's fewer of us guys, good guys, than there are good women. So just by the law of supply and demand, that which is few is of higher value, harder to attain, aka platinum. If you can go get platinum out the front yard, this can be the same value as dirt.
Boom.
I'm gonna still say women is the prize. I'm going to stick to what I agree. Do we have somebody want to join? Carl, what's your thoughts? I know you got something to say over there.
That my thought right now is that you and a lot of other women are stuck in that place that you can't get out of. And once you figure it out, then it's gonna be like butter, because you're gonna have to do that part. You're gonna have to figure it out.
So yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
so you tell me the woman that you got is not your prize. You her prize.
Say that again.
So basically you're saying is your woman is not your prize, but you're her prize.
You value her, like you still picked her out of your options. So it's not like she don't have any value. But on the open market, if you're that guy and she's that girl, there's a lot of them. It ain't a lot of him.
And again, we're talking about good men who's going to treat you right, who's going to be a provider, going to be a protector, who's going to love and loyal, and a genuinely good man.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm
who
the
wants
prize.
that, who wants.
I feel like if you a good man, a good woman, y'all prize. If y'all
Here's
can
the
find
thing.
each other, y'all both prize.
If you feel like that you are the prize, that means you are going to do everything you need to do to be the prize for the man, for that man. And that man wants his prize you to do the things a prize need to do.
Of course. Why
What?
wouldn't we?
And here's the other thing to piggyback off that. The problem is, the challenge is, there's a lot of women who are, we're talking about women like quality women, that have been raised to be a wife, wants to be a wife, and the guy is at that top of the pick and has choices and options. And if he's smart, he's going to be the one that checks those boxes. And we're all guilty, guys. We'll, I won't speak for everybody, but we'll force ourselves into a box that don't fit. So that's what it was. What we was talking about earlier, I wanted to comment on. It was about somebody leaving, and I can't remember how it worked, but it was about somebody leaving. And my thoughts on that was, I'm not big on telling, let's say, a woman what she has to do. You do what you want to do. But what I do share is, here's some things I'm not tolerating. Now, by all means, don't change for me. But what I won't do is operate in a space where that stuff is going on. So she either changes and conforms, and I stay. But if she's like, that's just what I'm gonna do, that's fine. Because I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just gonna go someplace else.
I think it's time to leave.
Well, of course, as you should. That's when your breaking point comes. Like you're not gonna tolerate certain stuff.
Right. Mm. Well, on that note, did we have anything come up? Like, I thought Sherry said she was coming up.
She asked for link to hit.
I have a question. Why does the word compete bother you?
Compete. It's like so.
Before you even get in there, a lot of words bother them. A lot of words bother them.
Fair.
Because, like we said, we're talking about if we feel like we are a prize, why are we competing?
And that's what shoots a hole in the prize premise, because you can't be a prize technically and have to compete with, how do you say it? Everybody has value, but you're in the majority. So jobs, you guys apply for jobs. A lot of people applying for that job. We're fine with competing for a job. We're fine with competing in sports, whether it be cheerleading, volleyball, whatever. But it's something about a man that triggers us. We will submit to our bosses. We will submit to the cops when they turn the lights on. No questions asked, with a good attitude. And he can talk slick to us, and we still gonna say yes sir, no sir. But when our person who loves us says something that doesn't strike our fancy, we have this uncontrollable anger / rage, or we have to breathe crazy or whatever. Like it's selective submission, because we're all submissive to somebody, but it's just for some reason when it comes to men, there's something internal that we just won't do it. But that boss can call us in, they can take our schedule and make you have to pay somebody to get up from school. Mr. Jones, Mr. Johnson won't know that. You will not tell him that you hate that. Everybody else will do it, but you won't say that. All these things can happen.
Hold on, somebody got something in their background.
And just to piggyback, that man, your man, is wanting you to be that way to him.
But if he's your man, why are you competing? Why
That's
should you
my
have to
question.
compete against somebody else?
You said, why do you have to?
Yes, if he's my man, why should I? If I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, why am I still in competition with other chicks if I'm supposed to be important?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in competition, but what you're not allowed to do is fall off. Like, and that's what first, because we're not allowed to fall off. You get with a guy because he's masculine, he's whatever else. When does he get the day off from being masculine? Never. What day does he wear pumps and high heels? Never. We're expected to be masculine every day. So if you feminine, I'm never cool with disrespect. I'm never cool with raising your voice. Definitely voice your opinion. I'm open to that, but we're gonna do it respectfully. Because Mr. Charlie at work has never heard you raise your voice. That police officer that pulled you over has never heard you raise your voice. But we hear it all the time, and we the ones that love you.
And I think
Because
it was,
we
it was
love-
Tiffany,
because
Tiffany who
we-
said it earlier that you
Now
know,
how I get in with my technical
'cause
difficulties.
now that you back,
Sorry for
you
my
did say
technical
earlier,
difficulties.
welcome back. Let me
Thank
get you.
Oh Lord.
Because you did say earlier about, you know, as you women get older, that you may want to stop cooking or you may want to stop doing some certain things. And at no point when a man get old, you know, the kids get older, do they stop protecting? Do they stop providing? Do they stop doing their part?
I didn't say stop. I said slow down. I don't cook as much as I did when my son was
Stop,
in
slow
the
down.
house.
Men do
because-
not stop or slow down on their jobs. And I hate that you missed probably the last 5 minutes, but
I know one thing.
Men-
I agree with Janelle. The women are the prize. Now I did hear that. Now I did hear that.
and that's where this stuff.
I want to circle
That's-
back to Antoine
Okay.
when he said that.
they get you now, man. I'm glad. I deal with it. That's why I sit back. I tell them my point. I let them, but I got you.
Carl gets it he gets it every day.
I just want to circle back when you said you made an example as to women, they don't get angry or mad at the cop. They don't get angry or mad at their boss. They don't lash out and blah, blah, blah. Well, we don't, because we don't love them. We love our men. So that's why we are the way we are. We are emotional. So how we express ourselves is different from how we express ourselves to anybody else.
I agree with
y'all.
that.
So
yes.
that's why we don't. You'll see a different side of us of how we act towards the person we love, towards the person we don't.
Go ahead, Carl.
No, AB, you I done been through this. AB, you gotta get. I'm gonna sit back. You gotta go ahead.
Here's the thing. But we agree that you guys, not you guys, right? But women let their kids get away with murder.
No.
No. He said
But
so.
he said not us. He said,
Oh,
he
go
said
ahead.
not us.
Oh.
Everybody but y'all.
Okay.
Everybody but y'all let their kids get away with murder. And the kid can jump on the couch today and
Shady.
it's wrong, and tomorrow he can do it and it's not wrong. It just goes back and forth. But you guys will, at your boss, at your whatever, if you love somebody, like the fact that I love, how about this? If somebody, let's say it's a woman that's 5'5", if she comes up to me and no, let's say it's a person that's 5'5", that comes up to me talking crazy and I don't know, I'm quicker to put my hands on them than somebody 6 foot, 6'7". I'm quicker to put my hands on them than somebody I care about and love. So talk about grace. Grace comes in that area because, you know, you did it with your kids. Now that's wrong for everybody else's kid to jump on your couch, but you might once or twice let your kid jump on your couch. Like we do things different for people that we love than those that we don't. Because all you guys will give your kid your last $10. But if you had $10 left, you drive past a homeless person on the street, you're not giving it to them. You'll do for the person that you love. You bent over back. So if that man is asking for respect, even if you don't want to give it, you give it. Because you know what? When that lady who's shorter is out of pocket, I'm going to give her grace. Because on anybody else, I might do whatever. But because she's who she is, I'm going to give her grace. Carl can, I want to use him. I have a best friend and a random off the street. My best friend can be out of pocket. I'm going to give more, we're going to sit and talk about it because I want to maintain this friendship if it's legit. Somebody on the street can get it on site. So you give more grace to those who you care about and love. And if I love you, there's true love, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't slander, it doesn't all these things. So if you love that man, that one who's willing to die for you with no days off, then you're going to have grace on that person, just like you would your kid. Because your kid can set your kitchen on fire and you're going to give him some grace. Joe blow off the street, you got to put hands on him.
Sound like Janelle love that boss a little bit more.
No, why would I love? I'm not going off on my boss. No, that's what I'm saying. My point was, he said, why we act a certain way towards people, towards our boss and the cop. My point was, we act towards this way because we don't love them. We love our men, so that's why we're more emotional with our men and how we act and how we
Because
operate based off.
your husband should be your safe space. When I'm having a
Right.
bad day, when I'm feeling like anxiety or whatever, I should be able to dump on him.
Here's my take on that. Let's say, we won't say you guys. Let's say there's a person in front of me, and me and this young lady's arguing. One thing I am not tolerating at all is disrespect and the way of voices being raised. Because the madder I get, the softer my voice gets, because I don't want to go there. What you're not about to do is not like what you're hearing from me, who's going to be there for you, take care of you if you get hurt, sick, 3 in the morning, lay my life down, and you have no emotional control dealing with me, but you can go to work with that guy where if you feel ill, they replacing you on Monday. So you're going to get that person who can discard you quickly, more grace, understanding, patience, and everything else, than the one that is willing to lay down his life for you. If anything, it should be reversed. He gets my take is this: I deserve and expect at minimum what you give your boss, cops, and everybody else. I deserve at least that, if not more, as far as patience and respect. Because why would you give them more than you're gonna give me? You're not gonna love that neighbor kid more than you love your own kid. You're not gonna give them more grace than you give your own kid. So why is that guy, that random guy, Mr. White, Mr. Charlie, he get more patience from you and more understanding? And I'm not going to trip today. No, you need to do that with your man.
I'm gonna pull one of Carl's numbers and say, now Janelle just told you
Right.
that.
Thank you, Tiffany.
I mean, I can understand the terms
Let
of
Tiffany
respect.
finish. Let Tiffany finish. Go ahead, Tiffany.
That when you love your man, the emotion comes out. It's not even meaning or trying to be disrespectful at all. And sometimes when we're yelling and our voices raised, it's not toward you, it's toward the situation. It has nothing to do with you. I always believe that it's me and you against the problem, not me against you. Right. So when I'm going off, it's not going off on you. I'm just going off. So don't take it that way. See, I have a problem with words.
So I need you guys, Tiffany, I need you to look at my shoulders right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about what you got going on.
That's a shame. Well,
no,
I know. I hear what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying.
Matter.
Whoever you're with, you don't care. Really?
No, I don't care about what you're going through. You need to figure that out. Because I don't get to beat
Wow.
your brains because I had a bad day at work. I don't get to say, you know what, it's 3 in the morning. You was mean to me yesterday. You go get that knock at the door. I don't get them days. I'm always expected to be on. Always. I don't get no off days. So I know you have bad days. We all have them. But when I hear oh man, I had a rough day. That's why I was cussing. I don't care.
But that's
not even that. It's not even it. It's just we work from emotion, so we are passionate about how we feel. It's not.
And that's all part of being feminine.
And
that's
again,
all part of being feminine.
And if you and again, you're feminine. We're logical. So we're telling you the stuff that's making us. That's making us that's bothering us. We're telling you how to make our relationship stronger, yet you are still using your emotion to not do those things, which is giving us the red flag to say, hey, maybe it's time. That's the time to leave because you're simply not getting it. And I'm trying to explain it to you logically because as a man, we're telling you what we want. We're telling you what it is. We're telling you we want the respect that you give the boss, and you're arguing with us about that respect. And if we got to argue about that, then you're not giving us what we want. So maybe that's a point where we need to leave that relationship because you're just not getting it.
So you're saying stop being feminine.
Because somebody else
so you're saying stop
will
being
get
feminine. Stop being a
girl.
girl.
It's about the tone and delivery.
That's part of being. That's part of being feminine.
I feel like it's about the tone and delivery. Like if you feel like it's been, like for instance, even women, like the woman feel like the man's being disrespectful, then we point that out. That's not what we're not going to tolerate. I feel like it's the same thing for men. Like he said, if he feel like the woman is delivering her message in a tone that's disrespectful, then that's not acceptable.
So I'm gonna give you a true story, and this is why you should, in my opinion, be careful who you pick as a man/mate. Make sure he has emotional control. The guy should do the same, but also you follow his lead. So, and this is a time where emotional control should kick in. There's a line to a concert. Everybody's in line, long line. Some guys jump the line way up front, and you see it. Joe Blow sees it, and he looks at his girl because she sees it too. Like, did they just jump the line? And he looks at her with that look of, "We're gonna let this go." Doesn't matter. It's way. I don't care if they jump in front of him or they jump way in front of the line. She didn't say anything. He understood because we are protected. We're seeing the whole big picture. Meanwhile, the ones they jumped in front of, not the ones right behind them, but somebody right behind them, she started picking up. What y'all doing up here? What I didn't say was the dudes that jumped the line looked like they was really about that life. So when she starts popping off at the mouth, she gets hit on sight. And then the dude, they turn to him, and he gets hit on sight. Well, I say hit, knocked out. How about that? They get knocked out back to back. Now, at that moment, I'm sure the guy assessed the whole situation. These guys look like they're about their life. We ain't tripping over 2 more minutes in line. But that's one of the situations where emotional control or the lack of can get you hurt. That's why with your guy, somebody jumping in, doing whatever, saying whatever, he needs to be able to give you that look of, But she should already have discernment and be a meek spirit where she's like, you know what, I'm gonna let my man handle that if anything. Because we've seen those videos on YouTube where somebody's in the stadium on an airplane and she's running her mouth and it escalates. The guy not usually, but most situations I've seen, he's chill. It's not her place because she's not the one that has to fight. He gets to choose if he wants to fight today or not. So emotional control matters.
Welcome, Sherry.
Hello. I'm sorry. My eyes, I might have bags because I've been up late. I am married. So I missed a lot because I had to, put some clothes on. But I'm still back on to the man being the prize. I know y'all probably done went on far, but I had to come on for that. And AB, let me tell you, I do respect everybody. Hello, everyone. Just want to say hi to everybody because I don't want to be rude. Everything that you said was like amazing until that part. And so I just need to make sure I understand. I understand what you mean or what you meant by that. However, I totally disagree 100% because what I'm thinking is that so you have to think about like the time and the place or like the that's not me. I'm just letting y'all know I don't know what all that noise is. But for instance, like during COVID, okay, things that was not that much of a that you would have thought that was just not of any value was way more valuable during that time, such as toilet paper. So you could have had all the gold in the world, but if you didn't have no toilet paper during COVID, nobody didn't care. So I feel like the value of a woman is not just determined based on because you mentioned that who was the prize. No, I mean it's not the prize. Just because it's the least doesn't mean it's the best. A woman brings so much more value. You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for a woman. So what I'm saying is a woman, the value of a woman, a good woman, a wholesome woman, a woman that has value, she is a value. And you can't compete where you don't compare. You can't there's no way. I'm not competing against anybody else. I'm competing against myself and I don't lose to me. So therefore, another woman, they don't have to compete for you. Oh, he left. I'm sorry. Respectfully. Because I didn't want to come in like that because I am a meek woman that I don't, that's not that wasn't my heart. I'm going to wait till you come back. So, you there? Okay, there you are. How you doing? I want you to know that I'm being very respectful because I do appreciate and I value your opinion. However, I do not agree with that. And like I said, no one can compete with anyone else. And I don't care about races. And let me just also make another point. You said all these races want black men. Let me tell you something. Every race wants me. All black women are not what? You don't even know because we don't tell y'all everything. But all the races want black women for years. That's why we were raped. We were I mean, what do you mean? Yes, absolutely. So no, I don't think that. I think that people have to understand who they are and value themselves because if you don't know the value within you, then how could anybody else know?
Okay. Well, we brought up a couple of points. And welcome. I don't know you, but welcome.
I'm
So,
I'm Sherry.
hi, Sherry. So first, I will say regarding COVID and the bread, it wasn't about a reference to gold at that point. It was just about supply and demand. So the value of bread was higher because the amount of people that wanted it compared to those amount of bread that was available. That's what made the value a bit higher. It doesn't compete with gold or whatever. Number two, as far as being born or having kids, honestly, like when it comes to having kids, we provide all the DNA. You guys, honestly, respectfully, incubate the kid, but you can't have a kid without our DNA because we tell the stuff to the kid and everything. So you guys honestly incubate the kid, which both are needed for it to happen. But if there's no men, you guys ain't making babies. But they're actually making babies with sperm and little what's the name, little incubators, whatever. So you guys, there's value in both. But if you say where the DNA comes from, all the genetic information is coming from the guy.
But where the
Okay, can
nutrients and
I
all that
just
coming
tip in
from?
there? Can I
Yeah, the
tip in there
mom.
really quick?
Of
Because
course.
I understand that you have all the DNA, but your DNA means absolutely nothing until our egg, you send millions and millions of sperm comes through. But until we decide which one we want, then it means nothing. Your DNA means absolutely nothing until we decide what Carl, what's the word that you use? Give you the access. Women are the only ones that can bring life into this world. You cannot bring
Absolutely.
life into this world without a woman. I don't care how much DNA you have. You need a woman.
But you
Therefore,
guys,
women are valued higher. I don't care how much DNA you have. Until you have a woman, it doesn't matter.
but you guys just not just because it's significant, but you guys birth what we give you. Like you can't produce that what you have is a kid that looks like more kids look like fathers than their mothers, stronger genes. It comes
What?
like all that genetics come from both parties are still needed. Like don't get it twisted, like both parties are still needed. But when you look up genetically, all that information is coming from you guys. All that information. And as far as your eggs have no control over it because we're putting out millions of sperm, millions, just the strongest ones make it, which is our way of ensuring our seed, the strongest ones make it. But the egg, you guys have a limited amount of it, which is why we can have babies at 60, 70, 80, and you guys are geriatric pregnancy at 35. Like you guys have a
Hey,
how long you can have kids, and we can have kids as long as we want to, as long as we are in. So you guys have a limited. No, make you
You can't
insignificant.
give birth though.
What?
You can't give birth though. Again,
here's
it
here's
doesn't
the
matter
thing.
what you
So
got.
so, but
Life
we can.
cannot pass through you.
I do
So
want to get to Sherry. I do want to get to Sherry, and I want to know what's her deal breaker for relationships. But to kind of chime in on value about births and pregnancy and getting people pregnant. So with a woman, it, all you women on here, how many times can you get pregnant a year?
Once.
Once.
but
Now, as a man, I can impregnate a limited amount,
a
so I can
woman
have as
though,
many.
you need
I can.
her.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We need her, but we are the one who are the producers of it. We
It's
can
half and
produce.
half, right?
You can only produce one. You can only produce one a year. If I
But
choose
That's
to
you
not
produce,
true.
if
There
I
are
produce produced,
septuplets.
and so you can produce about 2 or 3 or 4 a year.
I'm
If in a rare
first,
case,
but
but let's talk about a man. How many can he truly produce a year?
none, not at all. Only women can bring in life. So we should just let that one go because that is already,
We can't let that
first of
go.
all,
Save it for our next topic. But I do want to hear from you, Sherry, about our topic tonight. What is going
But
on? What's the tell us about what's the deal breaker for your relationship?
When is the time we
I
do
thought
it?
that was, wasn't that last week?
Well,
That's
you must. I'm
The
not a deal breaker.
no,
When
that's
is it? When is it time to leave a relationship, Sherry? When is it? When do you think it's time for you to leave a
Mm,
relationship?
honestly, I believe that the best time to leave your relationship is when you feel like you are losing yourself because it is the oxygen mask has to be on you first. You cannot be anything to anybody if you are nothing to yourself, and you have to give yourself the first fruit. You have to make sure that the God in you, I feel like this is my belief, is actually being put first because I can't be loving to you if I'm not loving to myself. And that also goes with value. A person doesn't, like, if you go into a store or wherever, you don't know how much anything costs unless it has a price on it. So you have to set that price and say who you are, what you're worth, and what it is. And if you are giving that up to the point to where you don't even recognize yourself and you're not becoming your best self and being your best self for yourself or for anybody to activate and live in this life and be loving, then you can't. You have to go because that person it's a vampire. They are sucking the life out of you, and you have to. That's it. That's the point. So whenever you feel like you are no longer you or whoever you decide that you want to be or you're becoming, that's when it's for me. That's when it's over because I love me.
okay. Thank you, Sherry. With that being said, I think we're gonna end this show. We want to thank our guests for
Did
joining
you
us.
have a final thought?
can I say one thing
Yeah,
though? Because y'all know I can't be
go ahead,
quiet.
go ahead.
I just need to circle back to Carl really quick when he said men can have 100 kids, 100
That
babies.
part.
I just want
Thank
to
you.
say you can have 100 babies, but you need 100 women. I'm done.
Thank you,
Exactly.
Tiffany.
Of
Okay,
course. Exactly.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
All right. We'll wrap up now.
we're gonna drop our guests down. Thank y'all for joining in. I'm gonna put
I
y'all
just got
backstage.
here. No, just like
Thank you.
I'm gonna put y'all backstage. Y'all can still listen and chat.
yeah, we want to listen.
Okay, so our final thought. What was your final thought about the show today, Carl?
Well, I'll go back to figuring out if this is the person that you really want to be in a relationship with. You have to really decide is if that's the person you want. And if you most of the time we are always stuck in a relationship when we should have left a long time ago. So I say leave at that first sign when you figure it out.
Okay, Neil.
I would say, like I said before, when you feel like you can no longer do it, like Sherry said, when you lost yourself. Like I agree, you can't lose yourself in a relationship, and after that, if you not yourself, and also what Antoine said, that person bring out another character that's not in you, and you a whole different person, then it's time to leave because you can't let nobody let you come out your character and not be
Tiffany.
you.
I feel like you have to do what's best for you in all situations. Don't let anyone try to tell you when it's time for you to leave because it would have been time for them to leave. So I feel like always stick to your heart. Whatever your heart tells you to do, your heart is never gonna lead you wrong.
I agree. I'm agree with Tiffany. I do agree. Sticking to your heart. I also believe that you'll know. You know when it's time to go. You'll have that feeling.
You
You'll know
know.
when it's
Yeah.
time to go. And I'm
Yeah.
also gonna leave on this note to tell Carl that we women are the prize.
Come on.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to Canon Connections. Make sure y'all follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page at Canon Connections. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share our YouTube at candidconnections.com. At Candid Connections. Also, if you have any questions, comments, or also want to be a guest on the show, contact us at candidconnectionskc@gmail.com. Remember, you deserve the kind of love you give. Bye, y'all.
Bye.